Net present value, or NPV analysis, is a method we use to estimate the value that a long-term project or investment will deliver to an organisation. In simple terms, it is a measure of what the project or investment's future cash flows are worth today. The time value of money is therefore really important to consider, because we cannot compare current dollars with future dollars. For example, $10 million in 5 years' time is not as valuable as $10 million in your hand today. If interest rates are at 5%, then $10 million invested today would be worth $10.5 million next year. And it would be worth just over $12.76 million in 5 years' time. For an investment project, we want to be sure that the future cash inflows will cover the initial costs and provide an adequate return on the use of our cash. That is, we want a return that is better than if we were to leave the cash in a bank account or use it for something else. In many cases, we also want a return that will allow us to repay our debt or equity investors. For other projects, we want to know the cost of the overall project in terms of today's dollars. These types of projects are often those that provide non-financial benefits to the organisation, for example, compliance or safety-related projects. So, in order to do all this, we add up all the relevant cash inflows and cash outflows for each future period and then discount these cash flows to their present value. We use a discount factor to adjust the future value of an amount to today's value. This is done by multiplying the net cash flow for each year by the applicable discount factor for that year. The discount factor formula is 1 divided by 1 plus I to the power of t. T refers to time, and here it represents the period in which the relevant cash flow takes place. The initial investment incurs in year 0, so t would equal 0. For cash flows that take place in year 1, t would equal 1. This continues for all future cash flows until the project or investment ceases. The discount rate, or I, is also known as the required rate of return or hurdle rate. It is the return that must be generated from using the cash for the particular investment or project. Mostly, a company's weighted average cost of capital, or WACC, will be used as the discount rate. This is because the WACC is what access to that cash costs the organisation. That is, it enables the organisation to generate sufficient returns for its debt and equity investors. For example, consider an organisation with a discount rate of 10% and a cash flow that takes place in year 2. The discount factor to present value that cash flow is 1 divided by 1 plus 0.1 to the power of 2, which equals 0.8264. Now, assuming that year 2 cash flow was $200, we can calculate its present value by multiplying the actual cash flow by the year 2 discount factor of 0.8264, which equals $165.29. We get the net present value when we discount all future cash flows to their present values and sum them all up. If the NPV is a positive number, this is a good thing, as we know that the investment or project adds value to the organisation. This is because in today's dollars, the total of all the cash inflows is greater than the total of all of the outflows. More formally, it means that the future cash flows of the investment yield a return that is greater than the discount rate. In such cases, from a purely financial perspective, the project or investment should be undertaken. However, if the NPV is a negative number, this reveals that the cash flows in the project or investment do not meet the required rate of return. From a purely financial perspective, the project or investment should therefore not be undertaken.